monitor it from the computer now. Getting more animations happening on #palette stack.
Testing. There might be an echo. Testing.
Oh, I'm
There
listening
might be
in
an echo.
now.
Testing.
Oh, I'm listening in now.
That was just because I decided to.
Oh, you do that on purpose?
Yeah, just to hear it.
Oh, you do that on purpose?
Yeah, just to hear it. There's the loop. I hear it on your end.
Okay. Okay.
At least I'm audible.
Yeah.
And you're audible.
Yeah.
We're audible. Yeah.
You're.
Alright.
I put a suggestion in your server just a little while ago. And that was that when there's a match of Byron versus Selma, Henchy is just shown rapidly changing position between the two sides, doing both paintings. That'll be easy enough to do. Just have the game sort of swap the Henchy's visibility with maybe adding a little swoosh animation between them.
Right. And all I'd have to do is really flip the image.
Yeah.
I think. Doesn't look bad. Not shabby for
Yeah, we are working on animations, and I'm also working on the wiki. And populate it with all the basically everything we've come up with for all the characters. Phone.
For this, we're just going to animate the arm, I think. At least for him painting. Make it simple.
Selma Stockton is a playable character in Palette Stack. Similarly to her brother, she enters the painting contest under the impression that her keen eye for valuable paintings is equivalent to painting skill, and intends to prove it by winning.
Right.
Despite being a playable character, her employee Henchy is the one doing all the painting, while she stands back and directs or encourages him. When she's losing, she'll throw countless fans at him to discipline him. When she's winning, she'll cover her face with her fan and laugh in a stereotypical spoiled anime princess style. That's what I've got for Selma's page so far.
Mm-hmm. So what I've got here is I've got the arm going here and then in and then back, and then I'm going to do a swipe.
Mm-hmm.
And then another swipe. You know, simple
Yeah.
things.
Swipe, swipe, dab, dab on the palette.
Yeah.
Swipe, swipe.
And I think this will probably help speed it up, doing just basic outlines and then work from that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think you did something similar with your channel promo a while ago. Well, more than a while ago.
Yep. Been a while since I've done a channel promo. I honestly need to update that.
These link
This
together.
one's just going to be a little bit more chaotic, the lines. I like doing the smear. The all-important smear. And then what we can do is reuse the animation from that. And then have the arm go backwards after that. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Not to cheapen it, but definitely to use the most out of it.
Yeah, yeah. And like with the Godot engine at least, it seems like swapping out art assets would be pretty easy if we need to do that during the development process.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just learning that with the
if I can get a if I could animate it via Sony Vegas, we could label each action, you know, load this, load that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
The way that the Godot animation state machine works is that like I'm learning it with a platforming game right now.
Oh.
So you've got your jumping, your falling, your landing, your idle, your walking, and your running animations, and like what they are exactly could be they could be sprite sheets, they could be all a single sprite sheet, they could be all separate images. I'm using separate images, but yeah, like you could have them of like different resolutions and stuff too. So they're just so easy to swap out. Like, basically do the animations any way that you like. Actually, I'm not sure, but I think you could even import them as like video files. Although, I don't think video files with transparency are supported. So maybe separate PNG images, separate PNG images might be best for the transparency. Oh, do you have your Mirahaze account yet?
Ah, no, I don't. I forgot.
Yeah, I've
Where?
mostly just been editing the wiki during our streams too, so I haven't exactly been on top of filling out all the data yet. So I go to the main page. I can add Byron and Selma here.
I can't draw hands. Hands are my worst enemy. Hmm. Trying to figure this out. Maybe I don't need to draw that one. So what I'm gonna do is pretend it goes all the way back to this position, or yeah, this position before it goes nuts. Or maybe more. There we go.
Next is Hot Dog Guy.
This could be an editing screen if him painting for a wiki.
Yeah, I just have the one image right, the one that you sent earlier up there right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm probably gonna have to do more to the shrugging animation given this. Eight.
That hand is pretty good.
This is where I might need to animate the rest of the body, just because it's such a twist. No, maybe not. Okay. 9 frames so far.
All right.
Clip Studio, please don't. Please, thank you, Clip Studio, for doing your due diligence and not crashing while saving. how's it going?
Hey, Chris, it's go time. Yeah.
Doing well.
Yeah, I'm
Can't complain.
holding up. Well, can't even really say I'm holding up my side of things because I'm catching up on holding up my side of things by editing the palette stack wiki. Send me it.
I
All right,
just
let me
imagine that Stephen Colbert gif of "Give it to me."
see.
I'm saving.
Very much in, very much just at the very beginning of developing it.
Hmm. Yeah. Watching those Bob Ross videos, they're handy, but oh my gosh, like his voice is almost too calm if you're looking for it for a tutorial. Apparently, he was a very harsh, I think, drill sergeant at one point. So that's an interesting kind of thing. Hey,
Comically saturated has two G's and one R. This painting style, quote unquote, if you can call it that. Painting style, if you can call it that.
yeah.
Bob Ross hated being a drill sergeant, swore never to yell at anyone after he left the army. Yeah, I remember hearing about that actually.
Mm-hmm. Like it just seems like such a contrast to his personality, at least per the
Yeah.
painting thing videos.
But it also kind of, I feel like it makes sense
Mm-hmm.
if you really don't like who you were, and you can, or I almost want to say you're the only one who can uh, enact that drastic change in yourself if
Mm-hmm.
that's what you want. Not that I'm speaking from experience or anything. Oh, right. The palette stack wiki. Here you are. You just made your 10th edit.
Yay!
Oh, did you see those Final Fantasy VI thingies that I posted a little while ago?
I didn't.
Uh, One of them is an animation, color animation of the Seven doing the suplex on the Phantom Train.
I love that.
Hmm. I wanted to do it in Flipnote, but like I completely forgot about it. I completely forgot that I wanted to do that until I saw that animation come out. And then there's no way I could top that in Flipnote.
Like, I've always opted for using a Phoenix down on the train just because
Hmm.
it's silly.
Yeah, yeah, and you kind of have to grind for levels if you want to do a suplex.
Right. And then you run the risk of losing your ninja buddy.
Hmm.
Because I've done that before and he's like, I'm out. I'm like, wait, already?
Yeah, if he decides that he's earned enough stuff, and it's random too.
Mm-hmm.
So he could decide after like 3 battles, or he could decide after 30.
Like,
He's not very good at listening to people when they tell him he's at a painting contest and not a hot dog eating contest.
he preps so hard for
Yeah.
the hot dog eating contest that he starved himself a little.
Yeah.
And he's a little delirious from lack of hunger.
Okay.
Maybe that's the reason why
Maybe
he doesn't listen.
he may be a little delirious from extreme hunger at the time that the contest begins. Nobody knows from where his near unlimited supply of hot dogs appears when he is competing. How
Oh, we
do you
do.
guys stream together? Well, it's kind of a process, but I could explain it to you. I could explain it to you offline.
I mean, it's not too hard.
Yeah,
It's pretty much we're just joining chat and I'm streaming
yeah,
said chat.
yeah, yeah. Oh, right. Unless you mean the multi screen thing, which we do on some days.
In that case, I stream my end, but do like a private stream and he
Yeah.
copies that.
Yep. Yep. Actually, when Jamonius and I did the Mega Man X2 race, we both streamed to each other, or we both streamed our screen at the top left corner, and then each other's at the bottom left, and then had our chats on the right side.
Mm-hmm.
Although I kind of messed up when I did that. I forgot to check for my own game sound. So the only game sound that came out of both ends was his.
Yep.
But I did win the race. So that was a fine consolation prize.
We don't need a gradient. I need to look for lines. There's the lines. Okay, I don't want straight line. Oh, that is pixelated. And we are not going with that. That is too thick.
Vectors or bust.
Huh?
Vectors or bust.
At least for this one.
The old crusty. Yeah, I like seeing in games. I really like seeing the pixels because I feel like anti-aliasing is it's something that targets like an audience of people who just the people who play for graphics, like they want that uh 8 times MSAA filters. I want to see pixels. I want my processing power to go towards the rules of the game and not just the graphics.
Some days I just want my games to run.
Hmm. Yeah, we're both still trying to get Baldur's Gate 3 working on our computers.
Yep.
I think I've almost got it. I think like I know my computer can run the game,
Mhm.
but I have Windows on a SSD, and it's a very small partition on the SSD to limit read-write cycles. So I want to install the game onto the hard drive portion, and the good old games, the GOG Galaxy launcher wants to download temporary files to the SSD, but there's not enough space. So what they told me I could do is I could download the files manually to the hard drive and then run it from there.
Hmm.
So that's what I'm going to try next.
I still need to get a. I'm still thinking down the line at least getting a micro PC that runs things decently.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my computer's not bad, but for a lot of things, it is potato quality. I would like to get something with a bunch of RAM, just so that way there's
Yeah,
no way it could chug,
yeah,
or at least minimal chugging.
yeah. I want to say like four, somewhere between 4 and 8 gigs should be enough,
I feel like
but I
going
don't
a
know.
little nuts.
Yeah, it always seems like minimum requirements are just still going up, even though they really shouldn't be.
Hmm.
For stuff that plays the same as it used to 10 years ago.
Hmm. Yeah.
Dr. Kaleidoscope.
Yeah. Professor Kaleidoscope.
Oh, Professor Kaleidoscope. Yes. Okay.
Oh, that's what I'm doing wrong. That is a bad, bad angle. I'm just not picturing this right.
Um. Well, I guess we could go through the Actually, wait, no, we did go through the puzzle tutorial a little bit until we hit a brick wall, and then ended up going towards the platformer tutorial instead.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, once we figure out how to get past that brick wall, yeah, we could see about getting some help. Well, actually, the thing that we need to do, like before anything, is to drum up some funding for our crowdfunders, so that we can actually pay you for your help rather than just get volunteer work. So that we can pay you, we can pay ourselves, and we can well turn this into our career. Like right now, I'm just sort of like we're both sort of giving up our free time, and like neither of us is making much money. Like I have a tiny bit coming in through Patreon, which is I'm very grateful for, but it's not enough to live off of.
Yeah. I mean, I'm messing up on this darn canvas. I should know what a canvas looks like. I've only stared at them forever. It's a box.
Playable character for versus mode. believes he can win easily by formulating fantastic colors such as orange, yellowish. Harnessing the power. By harnessing the power of imaginary colors.
Imagine he'd come up with weird things like elephant green. What? Elephants have green in their hue if you do like the dropper. You know, stuff like
Yeah.
that. The world's just not all grays and beiges.
Have you
Those
ever heard
grays
of
and beiges have orange shadows and purple highlights.
yeah. Have you you probably haven't read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, but have you seen the movies?
I have not.
Ah. Um there was just I think it was the third, maybe the third or fourth book, where at some point, um, uh, Douglas Adams, the author, at some point the author just goes off on a tangent describing these crazy colors that are man I've forgotten the context exactly, but it goes like colors ranging from ultraviolet to infrared. And just lists a whole bunch of weird fantastical colors in between. I think it's supposed to be like some kind of morbid violent thing, like violent colors.
Hmm.
Actually, I should be able to search up the phrase. When Arthur was in the Cathedral of Hades. Oh yeah, that's what it was. One thing that Arthur Dent keeps doing. Arthur Dent is the name of the main character,
Hmm.
and accidentally throughout the first three books, he keeps killing anyone he ever kills. Turns out to be a single creature, a single entity that keeps reviving and ends up getting killed by Arthur Dent in his next life and his next and his next. And um, at some point, he finally realizes that this one guy keeps killing him, and he decides to vow revenge on him. And yeah, and so he summoned him in a teleporting incident to his like cave of revenge, and it's painted all the colors from ultraviolet to infrared. List of fictional colors, taking in liver purple, loathsome lilac, madder yellow, burnt ombre, and gangrene on the way.
That looks like a decent canvas, right?
Yeah. It might as well be the canvas for all the painters.
Yeah. Although I think it might just be there for Hinchy. Well, no, maybe not. Now that I think of it, that would be a dumb idea. Anyway,
A new canvas for everyone?
well, I was thinking some people just do their little interactions.
Hmm. Like we would need a canvas that faces away from the player so that whoever wins, well, no, once the contest is over, you can see the paintings that are made. So the canvases will turn towards the player and you can see the final result.
Mm-hmm.
always has a manic smile on his face. His eyes are covered by a pair of goggles.
And he's always looking like his concoction's about to explode in his face.
Oh yeah. Holds a triangular flask that in his left hand, or no, in one hand, because his sprite will be flipped whether he's player one or player two. In one hand, he's in his non-painting hand. His non-painting hand holds a triangular flask, and its contents always look like they're about to explode. Let's see. Professor Kaleidoscope should go before doing this in alphabetical order. Before Selma.
We probably should balance it from quirky to serious, so that way. Although maybe have more of a lean towards serious towards the end, maybe having one or two joke characters.
Yeah, yeah. I could see things going from like in Punch Out style. Um, like the first couple of characters were silly, and like the last, I want to say two characters were serious, but like everyone between there was pretty silly. Like a decent mix between serious and silly. But
There,
like the game is also very silly.
there we go. We have an easel.
Yeah.
Look good.
There's one Twitch emote I want to abuse, but it's not on YouTube. It's a Dorito instead of this run-on sentence. I could go for some Doritos.
There's a vending machine at work, and I'm like, there was one day I didn't pack my lunch. I'm like, oh,
Oh,
so I had Doritos for lunch. That is if the vending machine doesn't take it. It
yeah.
giveth and it taketh.
Is it one of those vending machines that takes like paper money, but like if the paper money isn't perfectly flat, then it just spits the dollar out?
Well, the thing is, it can take both card and paper money.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, some of the merchandise is on the wrong end of the spool.
Oh, so it'll just advance one and stay there?
It might just be just ever so slightly away from falling.
Blarg.
Like on a daily basis, we hear ka-chunk, ka-chunk, and people just
To
shaking
grab it.
the vending machine. For like, no, 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 HR! They have the keys!
Sounds dangerous. I've heard that there have been fatalities from people trying to jostle a vending machine.
Right, and I'm like, no, don't do that! But generally, it's a solid option if you forgot to pack something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even if it's mostly chips and candy, they don't have anything in between, like, granola bars or nuts or.
Yeah. Most of the healthy stuff would go bad before people would buy it.
Right, and most of it is literally just candy or chips, so.
Yeah.
Like, you get the occasional, like, the dried meals that you add water and microwave,
Oh,
like the um not ramen for sure, but it's another one where it's like beef stew, but it's all dried bits.
that I'm not
I
familiar
don't know
with.
if
I
it's
don't think
any
they
good.
sell those here. Like I could imagine something like instant ramen, but that's about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, even those like of the instant meals that I've got, there's like one guy who recommended me like the Nongshim brand of of like instant ramen. Even
Hmm.
then, it's still like 5 minutes of cooking and 5 minutes of cooling down before you can eat it.
Oh.
But yeah, you boil the stuff in water for 5 minutes and then you let it cool down for 5 minutes.
But
Oh yeah, what was the name of the Cyclops again?
uh, I think Prisma.
Prisma.
Hold up.
So Prisma would go before Professor.
I'm going to open up Concept 2, which is my file for all the.
Hmm.
I should get a better background for this. This is just kind of lazy. Anyway,
Well, or not insomnia, is it? Prisma is a Cyclops woman who suffers from insomnia.
yeah.
Or, I'm not sure if insomnia is the right word because she's drinking coffee to stay awake.
Mm.
But it's not exactly narcolepsy either, is it?
I mean, hmm. In that case,
Because insomnia would mean she'd have trouble falling asleep,
mhm.
not trouble staying awake, right?
Well, I think on insomnia, it can be you have trouble falling asleep, but sometimes it's just a situation of just not being able to breathe too easily while sleeping, so you might just be more
Mm.
drowsy.
Yeah. I'll just say, like, suffers from drowsiness.
Yeah, that'll work.
Determined to win despite this.
Prizma. Prisma.
There's no with a Z. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me edit that on the front page as well.
Ah, the pink one, that's one of the imposters.
Yeah. The two that try to take the main character's successes
Yeah.
as their own. My art for sale, my original OC.
There's Kaleidoscope.
Yeah,
Mhm.
kind of what we were thinking. All right, Prisma with a Z.
Yeah.
Hello, Enderbrina. Good to see you here as always.
Yeah.
We have the one sentient painting
Yep.
and the child prodigy.
Yep.
So, like, I imagine Prisma would be kind of a semi-serious character,
Mhm.
and of course the old experienced guy would be too.
Mhm.
And then like the counterfeiters, or yeah, will be the what was it? The imposters. The imposters will be like they'll be serious in the way that they'll be designed for you to hate them, basically.
Mhm. I think Kaleidoscope could be the first series character. Like, welcome to the game.
Yeah, serious in terms of like difficult. Like that's where the difficulty
Yep.
ramps up a little. Yeah,
Almost
because he'll be
threatening
using
in a
those.
sense, but you
Yeah,
know.
because he'll start out by using those unusual colors if he can combo into them.
Hmm.
And yeah, the way that you win is to have the most varied palette by the time the game ends. And you could potentially, like, if you know that you're going up against someone who takes a long time to get their palette established, you could mix like two colors and then deliberately end the game by wasting the rest of your paint. Because whoever fills up their palette first, whether it's with legit paint or wasted paint, ends the match.
Hmm. I really feel like we need to get a dog me shirt.
Palette stack merch.
Yeah.
Yeah. See if we could run a palette stack hot dog eating contest too.
Yeah.
Or maybe just a party, not a contest.
Right.
Because yeah, I can't see having a bunch of like really nicely a stack or just like a spread of really nicely well prepared hot dogs with the works, the ketchup, mustard, relish, some chili, some onions, and all that good stuff on there, and then just scarfing them down.
Right. I
That
think
is a
hot dog guy will paint the canvas with the squirt bottles.
I was thinking he still thinks he's at a hot dog eating contest, so he will eat the hot dogs and like the stuff will be splashing out in front of him, and yeah, the ketchup, mustard, relish, onions, ketchup, mustard, relish, onions, mayonnaise or chili. Wait, no, we've already got red. But yeah, like the stuff from the hot dogs will be splattering over the canvas, and it'll make a painting. It'll just coincidentally make a painting.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, did I win? If I
Yeah,
if
like
you
he won't understand if he loses because he knows he's the only one eating hot dogs there.
right. He's definitely delirious from
Yeah.
training for the hot dog eating contest.
Hmm.
He just keeps a snack on him at all
Yeah.
times, just an
Like
endless
somehow,
supply of hot dogs.
yeah, somehow when the contest begins, there's just an unlimited supply of hot dogs beside him. He just starts scarfing him down,
He just pulls it from his pockets.
and they're perfectly intact with all the like they've never been disturbed. They're just like they've just been perfectly prepared like that.
Yep. I think the
But yeah,
child
like
prodigy
the
would be.
thing
Oh, sorry.
the thing that I really want to see when you go up against him is like an eating animation similar to River City Ransom when you eat something.
Nom nom nom. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like something if like there's like soup served in a bowl, you just pick up the whole bowl and eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Or like a sandwich on a plate, he picks up the sandwich and the plate and eats the whole thing
Mm-hmm.
in like two bites.
The child prodigy, I would think she just does her painting on the ground.
Okay, yeah. Like the canvas is there, but she's just painting on the ground anyway with the paper on the ground.
Professor Kaleidoscope might use his little. Actually, I think he would just mix up chemicals. Canvas could be there, but he'll be pouring chemicals in,
Yeah.
and then at the
Like
end
he'll
he'll
be the one
toss
doing the
the
paint pour
beaker
style.
at the canvas.
Oh, okay. I was thinking like if there's going to be a paint pour type character, then it might be Kaleidoscope.
I mean, that could be an option too.
I
And these two are just. I don't know.
was thinking if we have room for another maybe serious or semi-serious character, maybe like the street painter with the spray cans,
Hmm.
spray cans and pot lids and stuff.
Yeah. I'll come up with a concept.
All right. Will there be different painter characters that you can play as? Well, you can see all the characters that we came up with here, right there. But yeah, like we're thinking about like ideas all the time. And right now, like what from what I'm learning with the Godot engine, it seems like it would be easier to even expand this game even after it comes out, after we've
Mhm.
put a playable version out there.
And then we have these two.
Yeah, the story mode main characters.
Yeah.
So these are basically the player insert type characters, almost like the Ryu and Ken of Street Fighter, but like for palette stack.
Hmm.
Splash and splash and splash.
I think I have the names here. And it is Pascal and Mural.
Pascal and Mural. Okay,
Yeah.
let me add those
The
as well.
cyan one is Pascal, and Mural is the magenta one. I've got pictures too. Hold on.
Okay. Pascal goes there, and Mural goes here. So let me quickly edit those here. A playable character in stack and one of the selectable main characters for story mode.
I kind of wanted to have a little cohesion here. They're both wearing true primaries
Mhm.
while also carrying the normal primary colors as well.
Yeah.
In game, they're probably not coated head to toe with paint, but
Yeah.
might be good for more promo stuff. I don't know. Hmm. Here is the first concept. I'd like to think that Mural's the one using her brushes as a pom pom,
Yeah.
and then Pascal is just kind of occasionally slapping paint.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got I guess kind of the for widescreen if you're playing on a platform that has a widescreen mode, then that's what you'll see. You'll see the two play fields side by side and the characters in between them.
Mhm.
Slap the devil out of it. Bob Ross.
Oh yeah, that's kind of one of his little catchphrases.
I don't think in the episode that you showed me, I don't think he said it there.
Yeah, but there are a couple of them he does that, and there's a lot more where you hear him slapping the brush against the rail. Like that is a very iconic sound where you hear him just cleaning the brush.
Okay.
I mean, that one was an interesting one. The fact that he used like a paper towel to brush on some of the detail and whatnot.
Yeah. Starting with the I guess just the bright sunlight kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then just starting with the simple like single line trees.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, just getting more and more complicated from there.
Yeah.
Let's see, Meryl wears primarily magenta clothes to match her hair and is seen swinging a large paintbrush with red paint on it in the promotional materials. In the promotional image.
Actually, I might have a better promotional image as well.
Mm.
If I find it. Aha! I found it. I found it! Okay. Posting it in a direct message. Rough concept. Very rough concept. It's pretty much the one that I showed on screen, y'all. Not really much.
I suppose you could call it multiplayer Photoshop, but it's free, which is pretty neat. Huh? Oh, draw pile. I see. Yeah, I thought there were a couple of multiplayer canvases online. I know there was one that was for a long time that just everybody went to. Wait, I might be thinking of Drawpile already. Just the one where it's just a single massive image and like 100 people are drawing on it at the same time, and people are like trying to scribble over each other's work constantly,
Mm-hmm.
or trying to do something big, but then it tends to get ruined before they finish it.
Mm-hmm. Here's the concept art for people wondering.
Yeah,
It's very rough.
yeah, yeah. It starts out with all these primaries just sort of scattered around, and you match. It's a match four kind of system,
Mm-hmm.
but and like you can swap any two pieces anywhere, but you can only swap a particular piece, a particular blob twice before it gets discarded as wasted paint.
Mm-hmm. I had the base idea for it here, but yeah, the implementation is still.
Yeah, we're gonna need to have something playable so we can try it out,
Mm-hmm.
see how well it works,
Right,
and then adjust the rules so that it can be both fun and competitive.
right. I'm gonna also, while I'm here, I'm gonna go to Blue Sky.
Mhm.
And that's not a shameless plug, people. We're on Blue Sky.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Blue Sky is now open to everybody. No invites needed.
yep. It's no longer, you know,
No longer invite only.
right. I'm waiting on. There it goes. Okay. Trying to get a screenshot of one of the boards that I auto
Yeah,
populated.
yeah. So yeah, we're still working on how to populate the board without matches,
Hmm.
and we're not following the tutorial exactly on this one because the tutorial does a match three format, and we're doing a match four with diagonals.
Hmm.
Whereas the tutorial's doing match three without diagonals, and I believe he's working in Godot 3 as well. So a lot of the stuff that he is explaining now is going to get more and more outdated as we use the latest version of Godot.
Alright, so this is what the board currently looks like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, I imagine the main difference from what you see in the first concept art and the current one is that the board will always be full.
Hmm.
So hopefully you'll always be able to see a match,
Yeah.
and you won't have to. It'll minimize the amount of wasted paint.
And right now, this is just what the mobile version would probably look like.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because yeah, we've sized the playfield to be vertical, so you'll see the a little representation of the two characters painting up at the top, along with either having your score hidden or maybe a tiny little score display somewhere around there.
I'm just kind of visualizing here.
Yeah, on one of these episodes, I played a bit of Super Puzzle Fighter in the background
Mm,
to give kind of an idea of what I'm imagining
yeah,
with the.
something like this, but maybe a little bit wider, obviously, to
Yeah,
fit the screen. We could probably have the characters more in the middle,
yeah, yeah.
actually.
Like for the actual character interactions, I'm thinking pretty much Super Puzzle Fighter. Characters in the middle, playfields on the sides, or Panel de Pon, which does kind of the same thing. Characters in the middle, playfields on the sides.
And then have the palettes instead of the gray box.
Hmm.
We could have the palettes all the way at the top.
Yeah, and then yeah, you mix colors by making cascading combos. So if you just match, if you make a one match of magenta, a one match or a one combo of cyan, a one combo of yellow, then you have each of those in your palette.
Yeah.
And then yeah, if you match magenta and then yellow in a single in a two hit combo kind of thing, then you get red.
Um,
And then yeah, you can make more complex colors that way too. And then once someone has, I believe, 11 colors, it's a drag to swap.
mhm.
Drag one blob to another blob to swap their positions,
Yep.
and you can swap any blob with any other blob on the board.
But there's a catch. You can't do it more
Yeah,
than once because if you do it
yeah.
twice, you waste the paint and you
Hmm.
get points
Any
down
blob,
forward.
yeah, any blob that gets moved without matching reduces to half its size, and if it gets moved without matching again, then it gets discarded and added to your palette. It takes up space on your palette as wasted paint.
Mhm.
So if you really want to go for a super complex painting, if you want to go for the most complex painting you can get, you want to yeah, you want to make sure you don't move any particular blob more than once without matching it. What if black ones were there to avoid like black ruins the colors? Well, I was thinking you can already ruin your colors by moving any blob twice.
Mhm.
I was thinking there was a way to remove wasted paint from your palette by using something called Absolvent, which would rarely show up, but that's currently on the back burner now. Uh, Figuring it out, we'll figure out whether we need it or whether it would maybe make things too easy, like if it shows up too often, or maybe even if it's something that someone needs and it never shows up, that kind of thing. Or we could try giving each character their own like unique talent that, like, say after I don't know 10 matches or something,
Mhm.
then either Absolvent shows up or they can use their unique talent to do something like I don't know, maybe mix two colors on their palettes into a more complicated color.
Mhm. Maybe paint thinner.
Yeah. I was calling it Absolvent because solvent.
Ah,
Solvent that absolves your sins.
turpentine. The piney goodness of diluting your paint.
Yeah. Paint sins. Absolving your paint sins.
And then to save this, because
And selectable main character for the story mode.
I need to actually get back to work on this one. 'Cause I think what I'm gonna do, and I know this is lazy, but I'm going to copy this torso. probably has a smiley mask. On feel good days, he's got a smiley.
Yeah. I think my favorite mask-related gag that we've come up with so far is that when Selma gets angry at Byron, Byron just grabs Henchy and puts him in front of him, and Henchy is wearing a Byron mask, and Byron runs away.
Poor Henchy's just like, whoa, whoa, whoa! I did not sign up for this.
Yeah. But yeah, more or less, Byron and Selma rely entirely on Henchy to do like everything.
Right. I was talking to one person on this, and he was saying it kind of gives Venture Brother vibes.
No matter how many colors the player matches, or no matter how many colors she matches, paintings looking almost monochrome to most
Oh,
observers.
this
Because,
hurts. The arm was on the same layer.
oh,
Whoops. Whoops a doodle.
human eye. Isma's eye has more cone cells than human eyes do, allowing her to perceive wider range of colors. As a result, no matter how many colors she matches, her paintings will come out looking almost monochrome to most observers. Because of this, Cyclops Judge is called in to help when she is competing. All right, so that's a little bit of Prisma's entry entered. All I got to see is very interesting. I'm excited. Help construction. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing our best to make sure it turns out well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, have yourself a good sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and see you later.
See ya.
All right, so that Byron, Henchy, Hot Dog Guy, Mural, Pascal, Prisma, Professor Kaleidoscope, Selma. Next, maybe the. Mew! Hi!
Oh.
Hi!
Cat's like, I'm here. Give me attention, human. Yep, that's exactly what he's saying.
Squeak! Oh, it's treats time. such a good kid, huh? Such a good kid.
Oh.
Gets his hugs, gets his treats.
Oh. There's this little bean. Okay.
So I guess the counterfeiters will go after Selma. Or the rip-offs, maybe.
Yeah, the ripoffs could be a good, catchy name. Or the fitters.
The fitters sounds almost like virtuous, like a clothing fitter.
Mm-hmm.
Or
That's what
adversarial.
they want you to think.
Yeah. Characters in palette stack. Palette stack story mode. I'm doing work on anime or something. See you guys later. All right. Thank you for dropping by, Chris.
Yeah.
The ripoffs are adversarial characters in palette stack's story mode. When they show up, they'll try to mimic playable character, or the player's character, and accuse Neural or Pascal of being an imposter. An imposter and counterfeiter.
I'm almost there. Having like a little. Most of this being just reused a little.
They wear similar clothes to Pascal and Mural.
Just ever so slightly off
Yeah,
in color.
slightly off. Colors are slightly off, and they have sinister. Um, and their paintings turn out similar as well. I wonder if we'd be able to do something like the way Animal Crossing does counterfeit paintings and statues and stuff.
Like ever so slightly off.
Yeah.
I swear, when it comes to that fox, I don't play around. I'm like, no, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna Google this. Which
Same.
one's real?
For Animal Crossing Wild World, I didn't deal with the fox or Lyle at all, the insurance salesman.
Mm.
Like, in Lyle's case, he will bother you until you buy insurance from him. But if you say yes and you don't have the money for it, then he'll finally leave you alone. He'll get mad, but he'll leave you alone. But yeah, or if you don't talk to him to begin with. But like the moment you start talking to him, you're locked into buying insurance if you have the money for it.
Mm.
Like it's supposed to be something that is good. Like it's supposed to be something good that unlocks, but the way that it unlocks, it feels like you really don't want to deal with him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when you buy insurance from him, it's a one-time payment that you make, and then from then on, every time you get injured or every time you fall down a hole, once a day, every time if you fall down a hole or get stung or something, then the next day you'll get 100 bells in the mail.
Oh,
So like, get injured 10 times, get injured for 10 days, and the insurance will have paid itself off.
oh my gosh. The game's.
Yeah,
I don't think this is the message the game is intending here.
yeah. So they took out that. So they took that out in future games, in later games.
I mean, because, yeah, if you get injured, you're gonna get money, kids. Don't
Yeah.
quote us on that. You're not going to. Don't. Do not take my word for gospel. And also, why are you watching this? I said not for kids. Go to bed. Got school tomorrow and all that fun stuff. I'm going to save because I've got most of these outlined.
Okay. I like that squiggle of action there.
Yeah. I feel like it creates a lot of easy kinetic
Hmm.
movement. What I'm gonna do. There's nothing wrong with cheating here. I'm pretty much just using this one to kind of have consistency with backlines. Oh,
Meow meow. Is Bambi doing something?
she sighed. It's a hard life being a dog.
Yeah. All right. What is the name of the old guy?
Hmm. I think it is. Hold up. Master Paintbrush.
Master Paintbrush. Okay. For mural.
For the sentient painting, we have to have a name, a pretentious
Yeah.
name.
Pretentious name.
Yeah. It could even be in a different language. Maybe call it literally the pretentious painting in a different language.
Yeah.
What would that be in French? I have to ask.
Let's see here. Translate. Zip, zip. The pretentious painting. La peinture prétentieuse.
Is it too on the nose?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds pretty much the same as saying it in English to me.
Yeah, hold up. Gotta find another language here.
大げさな絵
Um,
Das prätentiöse Gemälde.
das prätentiöse
That sounds
Gemälde.
German.
Das
Ja.
prätentiöse Gemälde.
Hold on.
Tried Japanese, tried French.
ஆடம்பரமான ஓவியம். Претенциозная картина.
Esperanto.
Hold on.
La pretenda pentrajo. Latin, maybe?
Ambiziosa pittura.
Maybe Ambitiosa as her name. Latin for just pretentious.
Hold on. What does it sound like in Greek?
Greek.
Ο επιτηδευμένος πίνακας.
Oh, that is a mouthful.
De pretensus. Ο επιτηδευμένος πίνακας.
Il dipinto pretenzioso.
Meow meow. Hi meow meow.
There's gotta be some language here.
La pintura pretenciosa.
I want to say like maybe the English, just the English title of a painting would be her name. Like, I don't know, Woman Lost at Sea or something like that.
Painting. How about this? Painting. That Turkish.
Tablo.
Oh, that's too basic. It's tableau.
Malerei.
Painting.
I like Ambitiosa. Wait, how is it pronounced here?
Ambiziosa.
绘画.
Ambitiosa. I like Ambitiosa. That's sort of a name.
Which language was that?
Latin. Latin for pretentious.
Alright. Let's do that.
All right, Ambitiosa.
Ambitiosus.
Ambitiosa is a sentient painting. cheating in the events of palette stack. When she's losing, she changes to resemble simple stick figures and crayon houses. Resemble simple images such as stick figures and crayon houses.
It just the painting shakes and it just subtly loses detail.
Mm-hmm. When she is winning, she changes to resemble famous historical paintings such as the Mona Lisa.
Yeah. Or just nicer versions of itself.
Yeah.
Maybe just nicer versions just to avoid any,
All right. More detailed versions of herself. Now I kind of wonder if there's an actual painting called The Pretentious or something like that.
Maybe there is.
Searching it up. Pretentious paintings for sale. Fine Art America.
Oh my. That sounds on brand. So on brand.
All right, so we got pages now for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Master Paintbrush is next.
We're getting some good progress in today.
Mm-hmm. Master Paintbrush is an adversary in Palette Stack's story mode, and a mentor to Pascal and Muriel. So talented at painting that he has fashioned his own beard. Permanent paintbrush.
I'd like to think if Master Paintbrush has a significant other, they constantly berate them on having such a dirty beard. Like, why? I just mopped the floor. Why?
People wonder if Master Paintbrush has a significant other and whether they berate him for the seemingly perpetually dirty beard.
Yep.
Mew mew! Mew mew!
No.
Yes. It's a squeaky. A squeaky squeaky, the squeaky is.
Squeak to ever squeak around.
Ooh, hugs time for squeaky kittens.
I'm almost done with this, and I think after this I'll call it a stream.
Okay.
Because almost there.
Alright.
I might as well see if I can finish this.
Yeah.
And then color it in between or on next stream, whatever works.
Mm-hmm. Just waiting for the page to save here. Yeah, so we got a little bit of a blurb on a lot of the characters so far.
Mhm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 characters, yeah. Oh, right, yeah. We have to think of a name for the child prodigy for next time as well.
Trying to think.
So we have A, B, H, M, P, K, S, and T. Maybe Kaleidoscope should go before M. Wait, okay, no. If we're putting titles, yeah, Master of Paintbrushes counts as an M, so Professor Kaleidoscope should count as a P.
Trying to think of names. I'm horrible at names.
Well, you've come up with most of these. And they're pretty good.
Trying to think. How about Petunia?
Petunia.
the prodigy.
Hmm.
That's an idea, and it could be workshopped.
Yeah. Not bad. I'm thinking like, if we're thinking plants, would hibiscus work?
Hmm. I don't know. Ooh, myrtle. Well, no, myrtle doesn't sound good. Like crepe myrtle. Heather. Heather would be a name.
Okay.
It's a flower. It's a purple flower.
Yeah, I was just thinking like, for some reason, when you said petunia, I immediately thought of hibiscus tea for some reason.
Hmm.
Stick Heather in there. Save changes. And build the Heather page.
Hers could be all flowers.
Yeah.
Her paintings.
Character in Palette Stack who's an adversary in the story mode and a playable character in the versus mode. She is a child prodigy who makes stunning paintings through finger painting techniques. Simple
Crayons. Finger painting and crayons.
and crayon. Paintings are always of various flowers. During matches, she will be seen kneeling on the ground to paint, despite there being the same canvas set up for her as for other contestants. Alright, there's 12 characters now. 12 characters all detailed.
Yeah.
Well, not detailed, just a little bit of a blurb on everyone.
Yeah.
Something to get the wiki started.
Right. And I've got most of the outlines done. Well, all the outlines for this, then to coloring later.
Mm-hmm. I'll try and ask you about getting that Mira Hayes account set up for you
Yes.
tomorrow.
I need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
All the lines.
Rapid movements.
Yep. I think that'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's gonna be the screenshot for...
Yeah.
Alright, thank y'all for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Please be sure to follow the links down below. We're both on Twitter and Blue Sky, and obviously on YouTube as well. Alright, and see y'all next time.
Bye.
That was a good stream.